It's the most motivational segment in all of sports. It's the Bud List. It's also a time where we take a little time out and read some fan mail. For the year 2024, we get tons of viewer mail, and we're always willing to read your questions and concerns.
Okay.
Dear Wilds, hope you're doing okay with today's news. Come see, come saw. I can't believe 3 legendary runs have ended in 2024. Please be well, Ryan and Brian. Well, thank you, Ryan and Brian. We were talking about it, and you had a good take to tie all 3 of these legends together. Of course, yesterday we talked about Pete Carroll leaving Seattle after a great run, and then after our
you're not
show
even
broke,
slick.
What?
You are not even slick. Wow.
What?
Nick Saban. That news broke during Speak's show, and they addressed it. We never even talked about Nick Saban, and of course, the other legendary.
You are not even slick.
The other legendary.
Let's go. It don't even make sense.
The other legendary.
You're just throwing
we
stuff out
retired
there.
the Cowboys. It doesn't make sense.
We retired the Cowboys.
Yeah,
We're never showing it again.
Yeah, right.
We're saying goodbye to
I've seen it like 5 times since the supposed retirement.
We're never showing it again.
All this stuff, see, I can't trust you, especially Nick.
I didn't know that was
All
coming.
this talk in between
And
seconds.
vouch for me.
All this brutal. I'm going to take you away.
I swear to you, they did not tell me that was coming. That was all
Good
this.
job, guys. Good job.
Unbelievable.
Retired officially.
All right, here we look. This week's Bud List
Right off.
is all coaches.
Sorry.
It's all coaches.
Yes.
Now, I made the Bud List before Belichick, it was broken that he stepped down. But that was just confirmation that
A stale Bud List?
that the Bud List. No, I'm saying this was what I thought.
Okay.
And then he steps down. I'm like, wow, that's confirmation that this is right on the money.
Okay.
All right, Mike McCarthy. We just talked about Dallas. Now, look, Mike, you've done a great job. 12 wins, 3 straight years. First coach to do that, first Dallas team to do that since the dynasty back in the 90s, 30 years ago. So, great job, but it is all about winning a ring. All right, you've got a great quarterback, you got a great defense, and everything seems to be falling into place. Philadelphia has imploded. Detroit is inexperienced. The Rams are, good, but they're not really ready yet. They're not there. And then you got San Francisco, who some tell me the quarterback isn't ready. That's what I keep hearing. And he is only in his 2nd year, so he's young. All right, so this is the year for you guys to get it done. I see 2 ways that you could lose the job because Bill Belichick now is lingering. One, if you lose to Green Bay this weekend, then I think you're definitely in trouble if they can get Belichick. Or 2, if you lose even in the 2nd round or maybe even the conference championship because of late clock management. If it's comical at the end of the game, like say Ezekiel Elliott being the center on one of your plays at the end, stuff like that could get you outed. So this is where you need to get it done. Mike, I do believe in you. I really do. All right, at number 2, Nick Sirianni. Now, this is Nick Wright's, this was your take. It's a great one that Bill Belichick in Philadelphia would fit, and Nick, he really would. Now, look, you've done well, too. I'm a little higher on you than Nick is. 3 years, they won 4 games a year before you got there. You have taken them to the playoffs and the Super Bowl since you've been there, playoffs every year. 11 wins this year, even in a down year, you still won 11. And you have been the guy that has overseen the development of Jalen Hurts into a Pro Bowl quarterback. So you've done well, but it is about winning it all. And Jeffrey Lurie, the owner, is from where? Boston. He's born in Boston, so, little Belichick tied there. So I think you got to go out there and get it done. If you lose to Tampa Bay, then you definitely could be in trouble. If you beat them and get past that, then maybe you'll keep your job. But again, Bill Belichick is out there, and I got to be honest. Even though I don't dislike you, if Belichick's available and you guys go out prematurely, that'd be a tough one to turn down. Look, good luck.
Not a lot.
All right, at number 1, Sean McDermott. All right, now, look, this is not a hot take because Belichick, just stepped down. I've been saying all year. I was saying when they gave him the extension in the offseason, why? He should be on the hot seat this season, not because he's not a good coach, but because maybe his voice has grown stale. And this is a team, they're the most inconsistent team in the league. All right. Why is that? Because I think they've taken on the personality of the coach. The culture is not championship level there, in my opinion. Now, prove me wrong. Get to the Super Bowl or even maybe the AFC Championship. I'm proven wrong. But if you go out early, especially if you lose to Pittsburgh, this week has no quarterback, then Belichick is looming. Sean, don't get him.
Great bud list as always.
Absolutely great bud list. And I will add someone in that division, in the AFC East, Tua Tagovailoa.
There we go.
Oh. Yes, Tua, a few weeks back, you said this isn't the same old Dolphins. Now, I recognize that it's not the same old Dolphins. There are some at this desk that just simply don't believe, regardless of what you said about it not being the same old Dolphins. They believe that you're breakdancers. They believe that you are the same old Dolphins. They believe that it doesn't matter that you are in the postseason, you will be exiting. Now, I know earlier in the C block, I said you're going to run the ball. Yes, you will run the ball, but the last time you took the field, when you didn't run the ball, it was in the second half, and you had to throw the ball. You didn't look that great. You actually cost your team a win and potentially the 2 seed. You can't do that. Another thing, last time, because you're not the same old Dolphins, let's win a playoff game. Last time you won a playoff game was in 2000. I mean, Peyton Manning was the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. Yes. 2000? And then next, we all recognize that your defense is depleted. So you're going to have to shoulder a lot. If that running game even is established, but if they start to stop the running game, you got to be able to throw the ball to it. We know that. And why does all this matter at the end of the day on a personal level? You're trying to get a long-term deal, buddy. This is contract. You win this game, you go into Arrowhead, you tear down and bring down the kingdom of Patrick Mahomes, sign him up. Wow. Long-term contract.
No, look, wow. So if they win this game, that's it. You're giving them a long-term deal.
I mean, you might have to do a little bit more, but this is a great jump start.
It was a nice ending.
Yeah, exactly.
No, look, I agree. I mean, if they get beat as good as he was this year, I'm still not ready to give him the long-term deal. So I agree he is playing for that. Good.
And also, personally, I thought Greg was going to say that Greg Jennings, have a lot on the line because I've gone on every television show that will invite me on and started singing the Dolphins fight song like a total doofus. All right. I'm putting Robert Kraft on the bud list.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. So you have the greatest ever in the history of what they've done, but you think you can do better. You think it's time for a change, so you move on when they are not done. Am I describing what just happened with Bill Belichick, or am I describing what Bill Belichick did with Tom Brady, which then led to Bill Belichick's firing today? So I am not saying that you don't have a plan, but unless you have a secret agreement with Mike Vrabel, I am saying the plan is more of a wish than a plan. And if you end up forcing out Bill Belichick when he clearly wants to keep coaching because you think you can get better at that spot, you better get better at that spot. And the Patriots have been considered this impeccably run organization for 25 years. And I personally have real questions of, is that because of the way ownership is, or is that because that is what Belichick has demanded and Belichick has created a firewall between ownership and every other aspect of that team? I don't know the answer to that. No one really knows the answer to that. But we're all about to find out. And so Robert Kraft just made a bold choice. Maybe it's the right choice. I'm not saying it's necessarily the wrong choice. But I understand it was a difficult one, and it certainly puts him under duress.
Look, everybody's talking about Gerard Mayo, and there does seem to be a lot of reason to think he's their guy. Remember last year, they didn't have him interview with Carolina. They paid him more money. So he may be the guy. That's the plan. That's the Belichick tree, which hadn't been great, but that's a good one.
I'm going to put on Patrick Mahomes. Patrick, this is an appeal to you directly. As you know, we are a Patrick Mahomes-friendly show, and I've been going through a rough patch for the last 12 hours. Now that Bill Belichick is gone, and the team that I really root for now in the playoffs is the Chiefs. If the Chiefs, What are you making faces for?
You were excommunicated by 5 separate luminaries from the town, including the mayor and the most famous actors and musicians from there. And we even have one from Melissa Etheridge that I didn't do because I thought it would be piling on.
It is. But you know what you need for the heart of a champion, what I learned from Bill Belichick?
What?
Determination.
Okay.
I'm not going anywhere. I need Patrick Mahomes to have a LeBron-esque playoff run. LeBron gets into the playoffs, all bets are off because we are betting on his singular greatness. Is the offense great? No. Does every team that scored 21 beat the Chiefs? Yes. Do I need Patrick Mahomes to be the old Patrick Mahomes? And Brew, do you believe if he's down in the fourth quarter, time running out, and he has to go 80 yards for a touchdown? We all used to believe. Will you believe in playoff Patrick Mahomes, or is that gone?
I believe in Mahomes, but it's the receivers. No, they not only are they dropping balls, they're not getting
you don't
open.
believe.
It's a no.
Believe
Also,
in
let's
him,
get
but,
the guys
somebody gotta
involved
catch the
early.
ball.
Little short passes, Greg. You like that little bubble screen? Warm up the hands.
Greg mocked that yesterday. 5 yards of
Good luck.
attempt. Yeah. Oh, throw it downfield.
That was a little violent.
Talking Brady.
It's going to be a great week.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.